I hate matchmaking.
Hello dears, hello sigmas, hello little teapods. Somebody got mad that I didn't say that last video, so there you go. Hello everybody, it's MDN, and we've got to talk about matchmaking. This video is one I've been wanting to make for a while, but have held it off in hopes that maybe I just have bad luck, and everybody else is entering good matchmaking runs. But no. It seems as if the majority of Dandy's World players have been facing the same struggles I have when joining a matchmaking round. You join a matchmaking round, everything seems awesome, and then boom, people start leaving out of nowhere. Now, if you're scrunching your eyebrows in confusion at the word matchmaking, I'm gonna assume you've either A, been living under a rock, B, just started playing Dandy's World, or C, you're 5 and got grounded for a few months. So here's the recap. June 25th, 2025 marked the first written exposure of a new concept to Dandy's World known as matchmaking. Matchmaking is a mechanism used by games to ensure a full party or team is created and can be toggled on or off depending on whether you'd like a full team or to solo. The update came out on the 3rd of July and was rolled out to all servers for an hour. It was later recalled as it had started to malfunction. Then, on the 23rd of September, matchmaking was rolled out to 10% of servers and once again was completely taken out for some more working on. Finally, on November 18th, a final updated version of matchmaking was rolled out to 15% of servers, slowly increasing to what we have now. So, why are people upset over this? Players have expressed disappointment and strong opinions after actually experiencing matchmaking. There's a whole Reddit post dedicated to matchmaking titled, "Do you guys feel like matchmaking will ruin Dandy's World?" The poster goes on to say that while they do believe matchmaking carries benefits, there are several cons, such as dead conversations and the entire team dying by like floor 6. The replies seemed mixed, with one user commenting, "Not gonna lie, this is more of a quick join than an actual matchmaking. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was hoping I'd at least be put with other players with similar higher floors at least." Which in full transparency, I greatly agree with. I cannot begin to tell you guys how many times my entire team dies on floor 3 to opening Roger's capsule or doing a machine Connie's inside of. Sometimes I feel as if I'm playing with bots because I genuinely do not want to believe that Dandy's World players are this dumb. Back to the Reddit post, this isn't the only source. There are so many other threads and posts across several social platforms talking about the same central topic. I actually ended up asking some of you who are in my Discord server what you guys think about matchmaking, and the responses were also mixed. Some of you stated that you enjoyed it, getting to higher floors, while others straight up hate it. Some of you were also in the middle, expressing that while matchmaking is a good concept in of itself, the majority of times we're with people who don't care about getting the far floors, may be newer, and overall that the team can seem unbalanced. Something else that has ruffled a lot of feathers with matchmaking is that people often seem to leave as soon as they don't see a tune that's distractor oriented. You know, Pebble, Louie, Gordy, and yes, the classy Speedy Shoes and Dog Plush combo. Regardless of whether you agree with distracting as a role or not, I honestly don't agree with being that dependent on needing a distractor, especially for floors 1 through 10. I mean, guys, come on, are we serious? Here are several individual examples of people joining matchmaking only to leave immediately, and usually once one person leaves, several more follow. Now I'm gonna show you guys another personal experience, and I want you to watch very carefully. In this instance, I joined a matchmaking run to try and complete my Rudy quests for the Golden Dust skin. Right off the bat, 2 people left. So there were 6 of us. Then Louis left. We were 5. Until not even a few seconds later, a Rudy vanished into thin air. 4. Once Connie stops ramming herself into the wall and gets in the elevator, we realized during that floor that the other Rudy had left. 3. After completing floor 3, I kid you guys not, look at this. Cole puts up the GTE sticker while midway in the elevator and dies. So I didn't have my mic on for this, but during the entire run, I was actually yelling and saying some not super family friendly things. And it takes a lot for me to actually get upset like that, so you know it was bad. Well, it was finally just Connie and I, but guess what? This Connie wanted me to carry her. I did all of the machines. Then I decided I wasn't feeling like carrying anybody in a duo. So I left myself. which in my eyes is a justifiable reason to leave. Overall, you can see how uncoordinated and messy this matchmaking round was. And it wasn't just this one, there are several more, but this is probably the worst one I've ever had. Now granted, I have joined matchmaking rounds with awesome teammates and have been able to get past floor 20, but those are very rare to me, as the majority of matchmaking rounds end like the one I just showed you. Going back to Reddit for a second, somebody posted the following: matchmaking is back. Also, how do we feel about it? One of the commenters stated, I joined 2 lobbies with it. Almost everyone left the game before the elevator doors even opened, or a bug happened and they got kicked from the server for some reason. Which is sad, but again, many of us can attest to the situation. Some more criticism of the matchmaking system is expressed, with users commenting, "It really sucks on my end. Everyone leaves at floor 2 over and over again. Like, give this run a chance." It's more like quick play than matchmaking, since most of my team is leaving before the elevator opens, or perish as early as floor 1 through 3. When matchmaking first came out, I was so hyped because I thought you could choose between different lobbies with specific requirements and stuff, but it's just a button. No hate to Quell and her team, but like, it's not that helpful. I fully resonate with these comments because that's honestly how the majority of matchmaking experiences, for me at least, have been. Regarding the second comment, I definitely do feel as if it's more of a quick play mode to just find a team without caring about their skill level or experience and play. And that final comment definitely hits the nail on the head. When matchmaking was first introduced, I also thought there would be the option to get grouped by furthest floor, tune count, or total playtime. On this same Reddit post, somebody who wasn't sure what matchmaking is, since it was still very new, commented this: "Can somebody tell me how matchmaking works, please? I don't really get it." Somebody explained, "Oh, you know, you're all teleported to the same game, you press a button, there's gonna be a full team." And then somebody commented under that, "Wow, so it just fills up with random people? Useless." This comment got 1 downvote, but can we be real for a second, guys? They're really not wrong. Somebody under them then commented, "That's literally the entire point of matchmaking." But I do have a bone to pick with that statement. Now, I don't mean this in an actually kind of way, but matchmaking itself can be defined as an even business partnership or gaming team, as well as a system in video games that automatically pairs players into balanced teams for multiplayer sessions. Notice how for gamer, it specifically states words of equity, such as even and balanced, because that is important for games, especially team-oriented games such as Dandy's World. Somebody who is just starting off doesn't fully understand the purpose of the game. Now, this is in no way a means to say that starters such as poppies and boxins should be excluded. However, there are several competitive Dandy's World players who set records for highest floors. And for purposes of achieving these higher floors, a poppy or a boxin will most likely A, not fully grasp the mechanism of each twisted, how each item works, or in-game courtesy. What do I mean by in-game courtesy? Saying GTE, PMW, or waiting until panic mode for research instead of stepping in the distractor circle. And B, not be much of an asset to the team as other tunes would be for longer runs. I mean, listen, Poppy's ability is that she gets hit and she gets faster. Like, that's not gonna help the rest of the team. It's gonna help herself, so. Overall, it leaves the team imbalanced and isn't optimal for competitive and serious gameplay. Under the person who commented that it fills up with random people, somebody replied to them and said, "To be honest, I agree. I thought players you were with would be around the same skill level, not some randos." Which is the entire point other editors and people such as I are trying to get across. While I agree that the matchmaking feature is very much a net win and useful to have in Dandy's World, several people and myself feel as if it can still be worked on and optimized to create a better experience for players. So how? Here are my top solutions for optimizing the Dandy's World matchmaking system. Starting off with number 1, skill-based matchmaking. It's exactly what it sounds like. Now, before you guys start saying that I'm tunist against starters, hear me out. As we previously discussed, matchmaking in gaming isn't just putting a full team together, it's putting together a full balanced team. What this means is having supports, healers, all-arounders, and distractors in a way that optimizes your chances of getting to higher floors and overall having a more enjoyable gameplay experience. Now, these lobbies can match players by several different stats, including the average highest floor score of the player, how many tunes and trinkets the players own, or even total hours played. It wouldn't absolutely be flawless, but it could help create a more well-rounded team. My second option deals specifically with people who like doing army runs, you know, the Tishalings and the Rogerling armies. Basically, an army run is where everybody is the same tune, and it usually doesn't involve the players trying to get to a super high floor, rather just having fun and experimenting. Now, the main issue that many people face when hosting an army run is that at the very last second, for some reason, somebody decides to change into a completely different tune. This can be frustrating, throwing off the entire dynamic of the run. And often the people who change into a different tune decide to grief their teammates because once again, they like being disruptive. So in an attempt to fix this, I'd propose hosts being able to set their runs in a way that makes the team select specific tunes only. This can be used for tune army runs as well as for organized runs, assuring that there aren't too many of the same tune. This would kind of be a version of Five Nights at Freddy custom night, except of selecting the Twisteds, you'd be selecting the tunes and the amount of tunes, and then everybody picks which tune they will want to be. Maybe this could also be applied to trinkets to make sure nobody chooses Fancy Purse. I am tired of seeing Fancy Purse in. Finally, the last option is for the many people who join matchmaking runs asking, what kind of run is this? In the same way that roleplay games, which in all honesty are kind of cooked due to the new Roblox chat laws, list different roleplays each with their topics, maybe Dandy's World could have some kind of log in the future that shows what kind of run the host is hosting. That way when people join, they're aware of the overall goal and can play more efficiently. This also kind of goes hand in hand with the second option I listed previously, as hosts can make sure to set specific tunes only, that way the run is as optimized as possible. Imagine, people can host runs for getting specific twisted research, challenges, or reaching a specific floor, and everybody who joins would be on the same page. Now, in the perfect world, yes, everybody would be on the same page. In the perfect world, there would be no griefers, but unfortunately, we live in this world, which is not perfect. So yes, even with all these options in place, griefers could still grief and disrupt their teams. People could still end up leaving last second, throwing off the gameplay. While all of these problems wouldn't be 100% eliminated, overall I think that these are valid options to consider. Granted, I'm not the only one who feels like this. With that stated, I absolutely love Dandy's World. I've been playing this game for over a year as I started in January 2025. I don't think I'll ever not play Dandy's World, so I want to see it thrive. I don't like giving criticism, especially to something I genuinely enjoy, but this matchmaking system is not as optimal as it can be. With a few tweaks and some additional features, the matchmaking system can become OP, allowing people to reach further goals, meet new people, and have a more enjoyable experience. So please know that I'm not complaining just because I feel like it, rather that I want to see this game reach its full potential. So with that said, how do you guys feel about matchmaking? Let me know your thoughts down below. I love seeing different point of views and reading your guys' solutions and opinions to things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy 2026. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Remember that God loves you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.